Bonjour tout le monde, re-bienvenue aux championnats nationaux jeunesse en difficulté. Nous sommes de retour au Canyon Escalade. On a passé le matin ici en regardant les athlètes en compétition aux demi-finales. The climbers just threw down for a spot in the final rounds, and here we are. I'm Bonnie DeBryan, and I'm here with my fellow competitor, former competitor, and my longtime climbing friend, Casey Wilson. Are you excited as I am?
Oh, I'm really excited. What a semifinal round we had with so many impressive performances across every category. Finals is shaping up to be a great show.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you all the routes, and the climbers are on their way out. Before we get started, I'm going to send off to a word from our sponsor,
Rock Base.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. A community every climber calls home. Rockbase, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.
They're doing the presentation of the athletes. These are our finalists. But I want to make sure we are just recognizing the land on which this great event is taking place, Casey.
In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, all of us at Climbing Escalade Canada acknowledge that we gather on traditional, unceded land of the Mohawk Nation, one of 5 Iroquois nations. We honor this land as well as other First Nations, Métis, and Inuit lands and territories on which we work and play. The CEC recognizes the outstanding contribution the First Peoples make to sport and acknowledges the power of sport to promote reconciliation and address inequality.
Dans l'esprit de vérité et de réconciliation, nous tous, à Climbing Escalade Canada, reconnaissons que nous nous réunissons sur les terres traditionnelles non cédées des communautés Mohawk, l'une des 5 nations iroquoises. Nous honorons cette terre ainsi que toutes les autres terres et territoires des Premières Nations, des Métis et des Inuits sur lesquels nous travaillons et jouons. CEC reconnaît la contribution exceptionnelle des premiers peuples au sport et reconnaît le pouvoir du sport dans la promotion de la réconciliation et de la lutte contre les inégalités. All right, so there is a lot of excitement in the air, Casey. This is way louder than it was this morning. I think everyone is just so amped.
Yeah, the crowd is definitely energized. Bonnie, yesterday 240 athletes competed across 3 different age categories in our qualification round. Earlier this morning, the top qualifiers battled through semis, and now we have our top 8 female and male athletes in each category here for finals.
Oui, c'est vrai. Hier, on a commencé avec 240 athlètes, 3 catégories d'âge. Ils ont fait leurs 2 voies de qualification, et ce matin, juste celles qui s'est rendues en demi-finale, ils ont fait une voie. Et là, les meilleurs 8 garçons et filles sont ici pour un bon tour en finale.
Yeah, and a lot of our athletes here today have their sights set on clinching a spot for Youth World Championships happening later this summer in Dallas, Texas. And with the climbers in the top spot actually pretty close in their performances in semis, and this is our last climb of the event, we can expect everyone to leave it here all on the table in finals.
Yeah, that's for sure. I have to just explain how much these athletes have climbed already. Pour la plupart du monde, ça a commencé jeudi et vendredi, samedi. Et là, ça c'était du bloc. Puis là, ça a commencé hier avec les voies. Je sais, on a parlé avec plein des athlètes. Ils ont tous dit comment ils étaient fatigués. They're tired, but they're still strong.
Oh, yeah.
And they've still got lots in the bank.
And I mean, the energy in the room right now is undeniable. There's no question that athletes are going to be feeding off some of that to power their performances in finals.
Comme Casey disait tantôt, les athlètes ici, s'ils gagnent le podium, ils vont se qualifier pour aller au championnat mondial de junior au Dallas en août cet été. Donc, c'est pas juste les médailles en question, c'est aussi une chance, une opportunité de aller et représenter le Canada. Here they are.
They'll have a chance to preview these climbs before they get at them. And you'll notice the athletes will kind of come together. Some teammates, some friends will chit-chat about the beta for the routes. They are allowed to start the touch the start holds, but they cannot leave the ground.
Oui, c'est vrai. Ils vont tous prendre l'opportunité de juste toucher les prises au début, juste te donner une idée de comment ils vont partir. Mais après ça, ils n'ont pas le droit de toucher. Nous, on a parlé avec des setters juste avant de monter ici. Ils nous ont donné une petite description des voies et on est vraiment prête pour une show. We're in for a show, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. These routes look incredible.
Yeah.
We had a chance to get down on the floor with the setting team and have a look, and, you know, they gave us a walkthrough of each of these routes. They look fun, no doubt, but hard.
Yeah, I mean, they are always trying to test the athletes on different skills, different types of climbing, and not just the actual moves themselves, but different sort of skills within climbing. So whether or not you have power, jumpy technique, or in this case, we're going to see less cruxy sections in the route and more sustained, ongoing, just get pumped, can you stay on type of routes.
Yeah, our head route setter for the event, Oscar, described these routes as routes that just build on you as you go. So it's about, you know, not letting the pump in your forearms getting to your head and just continuing to execute the moves you know you can do.
Although some of these look tricky, I'm not going to lie here. Like we just saw these sections that you have to climb between two vertical kind of pillars. And that's going to require some like pushing against one side and the other, like a chimney, like you would if you were climbing up on the inside of a chimney.
Some strong obliques needed for that one. And maybe some trad climbing skills.
Yeah, and some trust in those feet. You know, you need to really be able to push outward to the side rather than pushing straight down on a hold, which is definitely a more secure position for your body to be in. It doesn't mean that it's not a solid position, it just feels a little less secure when you're pushing outwards instead of down.
Yeah, so we're seeing our Youth A females take a look at this yellow route with the large column volumes on it on your left side. On our right side, we've got our Youth, which one is that now? B female route. Yeah, with the, oh no, that's our Youth A males in the blue, sorry. We're a little out of order up here. So the Youth A males are going to be tackling this large blue route with these really impressive looking shiny holds. Pretty sparkly looking.
Yeah. Now, we'll point this out to you as the climbers are on the wall, but the part that's super shiny, not very good to touch. No friction. You don't want to actually hold on to that. It's very pretty, but it's not very useful.
Glassy.
Yeah.
Like a window.
On ne peut pas faire toutes les catégories en même temps. On va faire ça en genre 2 parties. La première partie va être juvénile A pour les filles, juvénile A pour les garçons et juvénile B pour les filles aussi.
So we'll get a look at the black route to your right, which is the Youth B female route.
Here we go.
Our awesome folks at Sport Canada and Sport Canada TV helping us, guide today's videos of our climbs and doing a great job giving us a chance to take a look at all the climbers as they make their way through the final round.
So Oscar did mention that right off the bat, there's a little bit of a committing move, deliberately set to stress them out a little bit.
Yeah, you're gonna
pump up the intensity.
Yeah, it's intimidating. We said the same thing during semis, and the same is true here. The athletes have one shot. So when a climber pulls on, that's go time. There's no turning back. So
yeah,
if
you can't I feel a little weird, I need to come down and just adjust something.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no. If you slip off the start, that's the end of the day for you. So it could be a real heartbreaker, and we're hoping we don't see any of that today. We want to see everyone get off the ground, some nice clean starts. So that element of risk that the setters have introduced at the start of this climb is going to get maybe in the climbers' heads a little bit. So,
at the same time, I think it's also there to just get them right in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think part of it is you have to turn it on right from the start, and then it gets you in the mode of being cautious and careful and deliberate, which is what you need to be on these routes.
Yeah, and Bonnie, you mentioned before that you actually kind of like that style when you come out of ISO because you're feeling amped up and you're ready to crank hard.
Exactement.
So sometimes it feels good getting that move.
Here we have our
Sloan Becker.
Yeah, our Youth A females. Nope, those were our Youth B females. That's right. They're doing their preview now.
You see them miming the moves. They just kind of want to embed that beta into their bodies so that when they go back into ISO, they can still remember what they saw on the wall.
There's weirdly not a lot of talking going on. I almost feel like they don't, either it's straightforward or maybe they just don't want to overshare, or maybe they're just internalizing the moves.
Yeah, some athletes like to work a little bit on their own and be in their own heads rather than kind of interacting with their fellow athletes. Others like to kind of share a little bit and go back and forth with their, maybe training friends or...
Mais ça, c'est l'autre affaire. Ils se connaissent peut-être pas. Des fois, il les connaît depuis la compétition, mais peut-être il y en a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compétitrices de la Colombie-Britannique, mais c'est peut-être pas tout le monde dans le même coin. So they might not actually be that close friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Big shout out here to just all of the CEC partners that helped make this event happen. Arc'teryx, Rock Base, Movement Factory, Rock Digital, and bien sûr la salle d'escalade ici, Canyon Escalade à la Prairie, au Québec. Beautiful venue, as you can see. The walls here are 13.2 meters high.
Impressive.
13.2 mètres de hauteur ici à grimper. Ça veut dire plus long. En fait, le mur elle-même est plus long parce que, évidemment, tu grimpes pas directement en haut. So you got a lot of more surface to climb because the route itself kicks back.
Yeah.
It's like the hypotenuse of a triangle, if you will.
Right. That's right. The height of the walls is one thing, but when the route setters are kind of threading it over this overhang, it ends up being a lot more climbing surface than maybe just height. So
43 feet for those of you who want us to do that conversion. So 43 feet high, but probably longer longer climbing distance. Okay, we're going to get started over here.
Autumn
and Wascow. For the Juvenile B filles, Autumn et Wascow. Elle vient de Alberta. Getting chalked up, shaking out the nerves often. They would have done a nice solid warm-up in ISO, and there's a isolation section here the athletes have been allowed in for a while now. You need to be warmed up. You cannot get on a route this hard from completely cold and expect your muscles to fire. So, like any sport, you need to do a solid warm-up. Okay. Here we go, Autumn and Wascow.
Going to be our first athlete to get her chance at a finals route here.
Marie-André Roy. I think their scorecards, their categories there are incorrect.
Yeah, Marie-André is in the Youth A female.
And Autumn Wascow is in the Youth B female. Is that right? We could double check some of our information. Well, she's climbing on that. Yep, here she goes. It's fine.
And Autumn gonna pull on, and this is where we have that intro move we talked about.
Yep, little committing there. Okay.
No problem for Autumn.
Not too bad there. That was not too tricky. And Hugo Fortier, yes, son départ.
His family cheering him on in our chat today.
Mais oui, on a toute la famille ici présente, les amis et le monde qui écoute de loin. C'est toujours apprécié. Allez, Hugo.
You're going to see them clipping into draws as they go. They're not to skip any of those draws. They have to clip them all.
And they have to clip them all in order. We've had a mistake happen in the qualifying round where somebody forgot to make a clip. They did notice it, but because it was skipped, they had to come down, and that was the high point that they got.
Yeah, you get a little ahead of yourself sometimes, and maybe coming off the boulder round, you're not in the mentality of clipping, so you do need to remember to do that along the way here.
All right, and there she comes off our first fall of the final round. Autumn Owaskow, Hugo Fortier, presque une tiers du mur. Okay, now the power starts to kick in here.
Seeing Hugo put a big heel and now switching that to a toe. Just hanging off of his 3 fingertips there.
Yeah, this is a little respite from the open-handed volumes that he was climbing on before. Now he's climbing on these nice little 3-finger crimps. They're okay, he said.
Marie-Andre getting into this really interesting section of this yellow route with these big columns here.
Oh, j'ai la misère de regarder les deux en même temps, c'est trop excitant. Là, Hugo, avec une très, très, très bel effort, là, il a eu la moitié de la voie. Mais comme Oscar nous a dit, c'est comme sans arrêt. Il n'y a pas vraiment une opportunité de reposer.
Marie-Andre getting into the hard section, getting out of these 2 columns here. She's going to need to make her way all the way to the top of these 2 columns in order to get into that long rectangle you see hanging above her in the roof.
Allez, Marie-Andre, c'est super bon. Je pense qu'il faut faire un petit... Elle n'est pas encore assez haute pour chercher la prise. Il faut qu'elle monte ses pieds encore.
Getting a good sense of how steep that overhanging section is above her.
Il faut vraiment pousser dans les deux sens avec les 2 pieds. C'est insécure, mais il faut que... Oh! Elle avait la bonne idée. She had the right idea there, Casey.
Yeah, it looked good. Maybe her feet needed to come up a little bit higher into those columns.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, totally. Yep. I just said, it's a little insecure feeling, but, if you commit to pushing out, you'll actually feel better.
Sloane Becker.
Yeah, our equestrian junior champion.
Yeah, amazing how these athletes can seemingly switch from sport to sport.
So this is, she's in Youth Beat Girls. Just ignore that little graphic there.
Team working quickly to get graphics on screen, so.
Oh, yeah.
A little slip up here and there is
no
okay.
Problem. Sloane Becker, a very kind of stoic, kind of shy.
And very consistent, I gotta say, through this event.
She has definitely shown the determination that it takes to be sort of a, good at like 3 different sports. We heard that she probably could have pursued skiing as well, but it just conflicted with the climbing season. Oh man, the power, look, she's just cutting her feet there.
She did come 4th at Youth Boulder Nationals, so
yeah.
I expect she's going to be comfortable with powerful movement.
She's powerful, but it's just so relentless. I can see the body working. Ici, Adrienne Lévesque, ici à droite sur vos écrans. Un peu plus grand comme compétiteur. Il y a les petites raglettes là. Il grimpe tranquillement. Il a l'air super confortable.
Sloane getting real high here.
Elle a l'air vraiment bien. A little bit of readjustment. Sometimes that's just to make sure you feel confident.
She's on some pretty good holds.
That's a really good technique. She's hooked her left toe behind that hold to make sure she doesn't swing out. A little fumble with the clip there.
Adrienne getting a little chicken wing, tightening up of that right elbow.
Adrienne, tu veux pas que le bras soit trop...
little sign of fatigue, and
oui,
that'll be
c'était bien
his final
fait.
round.
Oui, un petit peu plus haut.
Sloane getting real high here.
Yeah, she's just really holding on. It's fantastic.
Showing a tiny little shake in the leg, but still making great progress here.
We have Cedar Henry here.
Oh, there you go. That's a great performance from Sloane. I think she'll be quite happy with that.
No, that was amazing, Casey.
Yeah.
That was really high. This route just doesn't stop, and she kept up with it. Okay, Cedar Henry, our 7th place semi-finalist. Here to throw down. Elle vient de Québec aussi. On va voir comment elle va se négocier sur les petites colonnes ici.
Cedar definitely a bit more of a lead preference. We've seen her in past events. A regular podium contender.
So just a reminder, these athletes are getting a score based on which hold they reach in the route. They get, as they get higher, they get more points. It's pretty straightforward, kind of an intuitive scoring system, thankfully.
You're going to see her try and climb out of these 2 volumes here.
You see these athletes are way more comfortable with their right foot on top of that volume, but we really need to see them spreading their legs between the 2 of them, pushing outwards, and then
she's got it.
Almost.
Really hard on the glutes.
Yeah.
You've got to push out really powerfully in order to keep the tension there. You know, there's not a ton of friction on those. They do have friction, but
yeah, they're going to be very clean. You know, they're going to brush them all down. They're
got Grace Lukasic. Yeah.
Another strong performance across the board in boulders too.
Yeah, 6th at our Boulder National event.
Another finalist.
And 4th in Speed Nationals. So, you know, an all-rounder here, really.
Et là, Benjamin Tonos.
Benjamin's got that heel. You want to see them make those clips very quickly.
Oh.
They don't get points for clipping. It's just a matter of keeping them safe on the wall, and they need to do it quickly so they're not burning their energy clipping draws.
That was maybe a little lower than Grace would have liked, I'm sure. But halfway up the wall, I mean, I think Sloane kind of blew us away a little bit from an earlier in the running order.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. You know, maybe an athlete doesn't have the semifinal round you might have expected them to have, or maybe they just have a standout performance in finals. You know, it's not always going to be the case that they progress in order of their appearance in finals.
Yeah, check this out, Benjamin Tonos.
Looking really strong here.
Yeah.
And these are slopey.
Wow. Moi, je pense vraiment qu'il avait besoin de mettre ton orteil.
Yeah, keeping that toe hook to help him stay on those big, big volumes. A little shout out to our belayers too, keeping our athletes safe. They go through a lot of training to be able to provide safe catches, safe soft catches for our climbers.
Yeah, a very important role in these competitions. And here we have Cedar Pigeon from BC, Squamish, BC. Smaller climber, but definitely has learned how to use her morphology to her advantage. Very good with her heels.
Some experience in senior lead events too, Bonnie. So she came 12th at senior lead nationals.
That's right, I was there for that. Yeah, it was excellent show from her.
I'm sure Cedar's mom, Thomasina Pigeon, is cheering her on in the crowd today.
Yeah, I think she has lots of family back home too, watching on the live stream.
That's right.
So Cedar will be turning 16 this year, so that's what makes her eligible to compete in the senior events. Les juvéniles A, s'il va en voir 16 avant la fin de l'année, c'est l'âge que tu peux compétitionner dans les événements seniors. Allez, allez. She's a very determined climber, but she also really loves competitions. All right, Sophie King, left of your screen. Juvénile B, fille Sophie King de British Columbia.
Yeah, and Sophie teaches at her local climbing gym. I'm sure her young geckos are all tuning in to cheer her on. They want to see their coach do well today.
I want to see this really good stemming action. If she can just commit to getting into that position, Cedar will not be able to reach that undercling, the jib on the undercling, that little hold. When we say jib, we mean like a little hold that's been screwed onto.
She gets that right foot up.
That is exactly.
In a bit of a drop knee.
That's exactly the beta that Oscar was describing. Amazing route reading.
She's got that.
Come on, Cedar, let's go.
Good stemming in between these two volumes.
Nice, Cedar.
Looking really good.
That was brilliant. Come on.
She's going to move right into the more powerful section. This really steep roof. You can see it just hovering over top of her.
Yeah, it really kicks back there. It's hard to see, although, you can tell by the way her head is leaning back.
The shadow.
Her arms are hanging straight because you need to preserve as much of that energy as you can.
Sophie King.
Yeah, making
higher and higher. She took a minute to chalk up there, and she's working through this next hard section. Sophie's on some pretty small holds here.
Wow, Cedar, come on. This is an amazing show from the young athlete.
And Benjamin Chapman, just on the side of our screen there, you can see him midway up his route.
Allez.
Female.
OK. Sophie, elle a trouvé le petit orteil aussi. Wow, c'est bien. Ah, Benjamin Chapman, il a vraiment bien fait. Il a fait la moitié de la voie. Allez, Cedar, elle est en forme. Allez.
On the head wall now. She's got to get through
these
big moves.
Oh man, elle a pas l'air confortable. C'est un peu loin. Come on. Oh, wow, c'est excellent, Cedar.
Really good stuff.
Oh my goodness, Sophie King. Wow.
Sophie looking really strong up here.
A little bit of a give in her shoulder, a little sign that she's getting tired.
Yeah, and the setters were expecting this.
Oh.
They are forcing these athletes to do a bit of a dynamic move at the top on some not super easy to hold holds. So the athletes are going to feel pumped, and they're going to have to execute quickly.
Wow, my palms are a little sweaty. That was exciting. All three of them. J'ai quasiment manqué la voix de Benjamin, malheureusement. Il est super bien fait. Ça passe vite, la compétition. Here's a little replay of Cedar climbing through this dynamic roof section. I'm really impressed with her.
Just trying a few times to get to that next hold. It is a big move.
Yeah.
She just wasn't quite able to get there.
It's so far for her, you can tell. She realized there that she wanted to try to lock it off and go slowly.
Yeah, I wonder if she should have maybe snuck her hands down a little left on that hold just to get her a little closer to where she needed to be. Up here we've got Ian Tan.
Yeah, another
male athlete.
Un autre athlète qu'on a vu vraiment bien grimper toute la fin de semaine. Il était très fort en bloc aussi. So very precise with those hands, making sure you only touch the frictiony part of the giant holds and not those glassy, slippery parts. Alexa Vanier from Alberta also had a good block round. Gonna see what she can do. And Caitlin Davies on the right-hand side, off your camera at the moment. You'll see her in just a minute. She's getting started on Youth B.
The big heel hook there. She takes the heel of her shoe and places it on top of that hold, and now
climbing very efficiently. You notice she turned her hand around and then pushed down with her palm, pressing up. That's just to make sure you're getting some vertical movement, not just about pulling. Sometimes it's about pushing. The more you can take off the weight from your arms pulling, the more energy you save.
Alexa Vanier, second at Youth Boulder Nationals. Looking to put down another good performance here in lead.
Caitlin Davies looked like she was struggling a wee bit during that section. Hopefully she'll just find a little place to recover and regroup. Come on, Ian. Allez, Ian. He's doing great. He's got, man, those two large, giant, cheetah scoops. The brand of the holds is called Cheetah, and they've got these giant blue scoops, which you have to hold just kind of the lip of. It is not
they're pretty low texture, so there's not a lot of friction to rely on. You really need to squeeze them, and you need to get in underneath them.
Which is hard when you're upside down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ali, Caitlin. Oh, she's climbing very well. Yeah, technically she was climbing very well. She was reading the route very well. She just looked shaky there for a last 4 or 5 moves, I'd say.
Alexa tackling this roof section. She's looking pretty comfortable right now.
She's looking great. Ooh, making a dynamic move.
Big campus, so she drops her feet off the wall and just pops to that next hold. Getting this clip done. This is where we saw Cedar into the next hold and just having a little trouble getting over to the left.
Now, Alexa being a little bit taller, this may help her out a wee bit with this particular move.
Yeah,
there you go.
She does it.
And crossing through some very bad pinches.
Getting quite slopey, these holds.
Yeah, they sure are. So she'll be ahead of Cedar, but my goodness, that was fantastic.
Great performance.
So the setters have deliberately put in a final testament to your endurance here for these competitors. Look at this jump here. What an awesome.
Impressive.
Quickly putting those feet back on.
Yeah, and the accuracy it takes to hit that hold, and then the strength it takes to hold that swing when the momentum of your feet dropping off the wall. You can't emphasize how tough that is.
Man, her hand, you can tell in that slow-mo replay, you could tell how hard it was, how slopey that hold that she was on when she fell.
We're looking at Adam Edwards, 5:49, getting going.
Yes, here he is.
Our youth A
from
male
Alberta.
Fourth in our Boulder Nationals events.
Definitely has lots of route climbing experience.
Lots of outdoor experience he's bringing to the final today too. It's gonna make sure he's really comfortable being pumped and still climbing through it. It can be really stressful when you feel that lactic acid set into your forearms. Your mind is telling you, the back of your mind is going, let go, right? It hurts, but these athletes, they know how that feels, and they're comfortable climbing through that.
Yep, that's all part of the training for sure. This is, wow, what is he holding? That crimp is there, but boy, it's hard to see.
Yeah, just the tiniest of crimps, just piggybacked onto that volume.
Casey, he spent a long time on that left arm.
He did.
Just keep on going. I think that's the name of the game on this particular route.
You can see a little bit of the redness build up in the muscles as they get working really hard, digging deep, coming into the top of this route. It's looking good.
Got to keep all limbs on right now. Those ones are not good to come off on. Come on, Adam.
Cross into this big hold. Ooh. And he's got a smile. He's happy.
I mean, that was an amazing show of sustained climbing right there.
Yeah.
Morgan Schmitter here. Already we're at our third place semi-finalists. These are folks that could definitely have their sights set on the podium.
Happens quickly.
Yeah. Kaya Taylor Ainsley climbing for BC there in the pink shirt. And off comes Morgan, just like that. On est ici à Canyon Escalade, à la Prairie. Un hyper bon show. Kaya, elle est en train de négocier les colonnes ici.
Their chalk bag friend helping her up the route.
Yeah, j'aime ça, le petit monstre. Ils vont tous grimper avec une sac de puff parce que les voies sont tellement longues.
Sac de puff?
Ouais,
Ah.
c'est la puff. I mean, c'est le cré aussi, mais peut-être c'est plus français de France, le puff.
Head into the head wall section, this big gray
Come on.
panel.
Ooh, that's going to cost her. Get those feet back on.
Oh,
Just ran out of juice.
understandably
Good
so.
show from Kaya. Lucas Edmonds.
We saw
Colombie-Britannique.
We saw Lucas in our boulder final, landing in 6th place. And he came 19th at senior lead nationals as well. So some experience.
And Anna Kelly, the Salt Lake City resident, but also dual citizen here, BC. She has really impressed me with her climbing. I haven't seen her compete before, and she's got really great technique.
Yeah, she's a pretty methodical looking climber. You know, she moves deliberately.
And she has a lot of experience too. Like, she was competing on the circuit in the U.S. as well, and she made their team, their national team, youth national team, a few years back.
Yeah, it certainly showed during the boulder round. You know, Anna landed on the top spot, winning gold at our youth boulder nationals. And she's had a very consistent few days of climbing.
You see, she's taken a minute there to shake out. She has found a wee bit of a rest there, which in a relentless route like this, that's going to mean a lot. It's going to be really valuable. Allez, Lucas Edmonds, watching that face, getting really zoned in. He really needs to focus on hitting every one of these holds precisely. He wants to clip that, but he wants to go. He doesn't know which one to do first, and now he's like, no, oh no, oh dear. That was so precarious. Sometimes you kind of wish you had clipped one of these draws before, and it's hard to back down.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of just force yourself into a situation to deal with, but...
Oh no, Anna. That is an upset, folks. I have to say, that is really an upset from what we were expecting.
Yeah.
And I really think she was hoping to compete at the Youth World Championships in August, and you have to be on the podium to be selected. Tegan Chow going up the wall, qualified for semifinals and in a strong position, and then ended up in third after the semifinal round. Here she is for the Youth A's.
Yeah, 5th at our Boulder Nationals, 3rd at Youth Speed Nationals, and 3rd at Senior Speed Nationals as well. She came 17th at Senior Lead Nationals, so we got a resume building here.
Yeah. Okay. On va voir. Il faut vraiment, comme on a vu avec Cedar et avec Alexa, il faut vraiment pousser dans les deux côtés. c'est pas nécessairement intuitif de vouloir pousser à droite puis à gauche au lieu de pousser en bas quand tu veux monter. Mais c'est ça la technique ici. Il faut vraiment... C'est bien ça. Oui. C'est parfait la technique ici pour grimper un genre de cheminée. Elle pousse à gauche avec la jambe gauche et elle pousse à droite avec le pied droit. Whew, she's getting out of that for a minute. She didn't love it. She didn't love it. I was just saying how she's doing the technique perfectly, but she didn't really love it. Back into it.
Needed a second
yes,
to chalk
come
up.
on. Keep going.
Real test of their shoulder strength, pressing out of this
amazing
chimney style.
Oh no! Oh. Again, just a little foot slip there.
Yeah.
The higher you get on that undercling in the roof, the more comfortable it is. And so she was really, I think, rushing to get into a position in the undercling to feel good on it. And
I think the danger is you can leave your feet behind a little.
Exactly.
You know, you need to bring them up with you.
Yeah.
So that you still get that good press and
well, that's the thing. Here you can't bring them up without also still pushing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very tricky. That's a real shame, but an amazing performance.
Dylan Lee has some kind of funky headband going on.
Yeah, that's different.
I like to see our athletes do different things for good luck. Every climber has their own.
It's kind of funny because he has such a serious look on his face, and I've always, like, when I'm watching him climb, he always looks so focused and serious.
Yeah, but this is playful, and maybe that's a reminder, you know, keep it light, have fun, have a good time. You're in finals at nationals.
Yeah. This is Sienna Chow, folks. Really trying to be the most efficient you can through the non-stop moves.
Sienna, our top qualifier.
Dylan Lee busting out on top. The high point so far. Yes, Dylan. Allez, Dylan. Équipe Café Bloc. On a 2 personnes presque en haut. Est-ce qu'on va avoir une top dans chaque en même temps? Simul-tops would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Both of our top qualifiers getting really high on the wall.
Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan.
Oh.
Allez, Dylan. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes.
Woohoo! Go. He's happy about that. I guess the headband paid off.
It's a monster. It's a monster face.
Fantastic climbing from Dylan Lee. No surprise there. Our top qualifiers doing fantastic jobs. Getting to the top of their.
And kudos to the setters. That was like, the separation was brilliant.
You can't write that better, can you?
No, like if I was writing a script, that's what we would want. It was fantastic.
We've got
Here's
Jacqueline
a little
Ho.
replay here of our final big jump.
He grabs that left hand grip and
just a little spicy for us.
Manages to keep it.
That was
great work.
Awesome. And here's our
Jacqueline Ho,
second place semifinalist. Very methodical climber. Also very powerful.
Jacqueline and Sydney Park train together. I think they have a lot of fun when they climb. We got some good team banter going back and forth.
Love it.
Kind of keeping each other on their toes.
Well, she's got some wristbands on there. I think they're, you know, it's not a sign of any injury. I don't think it looks more just like maybe some supportive tape. Lots of muscles can get tweaky over many years of climbing with the amount of volume that these competitors put in.
Yeah, injury and injury management, it's part of any sport. You know, the important thing is these athletes are cared for. We have a medical team on site as well if anything, you know, should happen. But
nice.
So far we've had a great weekend.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Jacqueline looking good getting into this big undercling. She's got both her feet up, and we wanted to see that.
Yes. She reached up from fairly low, actually. So just showing a lot of control in her climbing here. Very thoughtful, keeping her feet on at all times, unless very specifically.
Really taking her time to set that left hand on the pinch well.
She doesn't even want to jump. She wants to just go
Aiming for that cramp, and she gets it. This next hold is pretty good.
Come on, get it back. Yes. Allez, Jacqueline. Elle grimpe avec beaucoup de contrôle à date. J'aime voir ça. Only showing a wee bit of fatigue.
Maybe should have kept that left foot. There we go. Now she's got to make that move across, and then she'll walk her feet over.
Oh, yes.
That was a good fight.
Yes. So that will, she's still a little bit behind Alexa. 1, 2 holds. So she's tied with Cedar, maybe.
Try to take a peek at our
This is very interesting because so far our top 2 competitors we're a little bit low down the starting list. This is a nice little replay for us.
So yeah, Alexa, Vanier, Cedar in
okay,
our top
so
3, and Molly Dreher.
Jacqueline and Cedar got to the exact same point on the wall where they had the 27th hold, so they got 27 points, and they got awarded a plus because they both made a very obvious move beyond it. They did not secure the 28th hold, but they made a move beyond the 27th hold, so they get 27 plus. And with a tie, the way to separate them is to go back to the ranking in the semifinal round.
Molly, another athlete who competed in our bouldering nationals, she came 4th, so a great performance in the boulder round.
Molly definitely has the capacity, the ability to finish this route. We saw that in that semifinal round. She's the only one to finish that route.
Yeah, that's right.
Very exciting. Molly est très capable de le faire. Et en ce moment, elle a besoin d'aller plus loin que Alexa Vanier si elle veut gagner la compétition. C'est sûr que c'est ça qu'elle veut. Donc, elle a besoin d'avoir plus que 29 plus. Mais en fait, si elle a la même qu'Alexa, elle va gagner juste parce qu'elle a fait mieux au semi-finale.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure. You come out last, and you know everyone's got their eyes on you.
Yep.
You have a rough idea of how things have gone before. You can hear the crowd getting excited.
You know how long they've taken, too. Like, you know, it wasn't... If somebody falls off low...
The next person gets called out of ISO.
Right away.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then you know, and there haven't been any major low upsets for the Youth A category here today.
Molly knows her fellow competitors have got pretty high up. She knows.
She's also, if she's being really astute, will notice that the quick draws up near the roof there and over the lip. The lip is the section where the white wall turns a little flat and more vertical, and it's the gray section of the wall. And you'll see that the quick draws are swinging just a little bit. And sometimes when you pull the rope through after the climber has finished, you send those draws into a little bit of a swing, and that can be a little bit of a clue to the climber as to where the climber before had climbed to.
I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to be thinking about that. You know?
Yeah, I don't know either.
You have it in your head, I think, maybe a little bit, like, okay, all right. But, you know, we said before, some athletes look at that and they go, okay, this can be done, and I know I can get up there. I know what I have what it takes. I mean, Molly's had really great rounds through the event. I think she's going in feeling pretty confident she can get this done. I
think she's going in just wanting to get to the top. It's sort of irrelevant where the other girls got to.
Taking a look at that big undercling, just eyeing up where she needs to get her hands. You see her walk her feet up. She's stemming between these two long volumes, meaning she's pressing her feet out to the sides to keep the
very nice
pressure there.
Yeah, that comfort, being upside down, the comfort on those small holds. This is a sign of talent, experience.
And I like to see the athletes resting like that. We haven't seen a lot of resting en route in the youth rounds. I think it's nice to see them resting. I think they're going to get a little bit back. I'm hoping that pays off for Molly.
Allez.
Crowd getting excited.
Oui, la foule est vraiment excitée là. Le monde aimerait vraiment voir quelqu'un arriver en haut, puis moi je pense que vraiment Molly est capable.
I think the funny thing is too, sometimes you see the athletes on the ground, they want to see somebody get to the top. Even if you as yourself didn't get there, you're like, I want to see somebody tackle this thing.
Yeah, take it down.
You know, can't have the root win. We need to win.
Wow, she is just...
Some real fortitude.
Ooh, look, she flipped it. That's exactly the root.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I think Alexa is going to stay on top for that. It was very close. It bumped Cedar off the podium, though, which is going to be a little disappointing for her. But Molly takes that silver, and Jacqueline Ho with third. Cedar should be very stoked. That was a super impressive climb for her.
Fantastic 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molly, wow, that was really incredible. She is a very static climber. I did not see very much dynamic movement from her. I felt Alexa was a little bit more jumpy, which is just a question of style. There's no right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw Molly jump around in the boulder round for sure, but seems like maybe when she's on a rope, she's
trying to be super conservative, like conserving your energy, which is a definitely a good tactic. Aww.
Getting an embrace from her friends.
I love it. They go right into the analysis.
Yeah,
I want to talk about what did you do? How'd you do it?
Yeah.
What did you feel?
I think they're all thinking that we just want another shot at that thing.
Yeah, probably. You want to get on it too, don't you, Casey?
Yeah, sure. I don't think I'd be getting very far, but it'd be fun to play around. Yeah, I mean, we were talking during the break, Bonnie, about how impressed we are with the composure of these, young competitors. I mean, they're fierce. They really know how to turn it on when they need to and give it their all. And you see it on their face when they're disappointed in their performances, but they really seem to take it in stride and take it as a lesson. Another experience to add to their resumes.
Ouais. C'est très impressionnant de voir comment ils sont très jeunes, leur capacité en tant que grimpeurs et grimpeuses et leur capacité mentale, c'est très impressionnant. Et là, on va voir les setters, ils vont faire un tour, ils vont brosser toutes les prises parce que il veut que ce soit aussi propre que possible. Quand tu grimpes, tu mets le craie sur tes mains juste pour absorber toute la sueur. Et des fois, à la longue, les prises vont devenir un peu comme grimy, on dit en anglais. Et il faut enlever un peu de la craie.
We're seeing our route setters go up and give these holds some good brushes.
And they are making a little tweak only on the Youth B route there. So the Youth B boys are going to do the same route as the Youth B girls. It'll just be slightly adjusted, tweaking it a little bit to make it a wee bit harder. The junior males are going to climb on the same route as the Youth A males. And
junior females will climb on the Youth A female route.
C'est ça. Donc, on va avoir une autre batch de grimpeurs et grimpeuses, mais on va voir les mêmes 3 voies qu'on vient de voir, avec un petit ajustement sur le juvénile B pour les garçons. Ils vont faire une bonne job.
Yeah.
Good job at cleaning them is what we're looking for now.
They're pretty quick to get all these refinements done.
Oscar is the chief setter here for this event, and he's been helped out with his assistant setter Nicolas Voyamoz, and Mika Hassoy, Aiden Doyle. So a team of 4, and I know that he had a little, Oscar also asked a little buddy to come help out, maybe do some forerunning and some on the night before qualifiers. It's definitely a team effort. There's a team organizing the event, there's a team setting, there's team broadcasting, doing the social. It's kind of an amazing production.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of layers that, keep the wheels moving.
Yeah, so thank you to our local sponsors, Axio, Tourisme Laval, Gouvernement du Québec. And there's Josh Muller. He's Alexa's coach out in the gym Boulder in Calgary.
Along with Kai Watton.
And he's maybe just told her all the deets. And yeah.
She's feeling excited. We're seeing her off screen.
That's because they're just giving Adam a hug too, I think, congratulating him on his round as well. That's fantastic. So great.
Yeah, Adam.
That's Adam's mom there.
Second place there.
That's right. I saw Josh put up his 2. Wow, that's a great show from those awesome kids.
Really good. They've got to be elated.
Yeah.
So we ended up with Dylan Lee, Adam Edwards, and Benjamin Tonos on our Youth A male podium.
That's crazy. That's so good. And that was such a close round, but an amazing spread.
And Ian Tan very close behind
in
that 4th spot. He climbed fantastically. I think we were both really impressed with him throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then our podium for our Youth B females is Sienna Chow, Sophie King, and Sloan Becker. Sloan had a standout performance. Just
very much so.
Climbing very high early in the finals round. She did fantastic.
Yeah, it's again a little bit of a surprise, only simply because she, was in 7th place going into the final round, and you assume that they're just going to, increase in their performance because they come out in reverse order. But like we said, sometimes it's just the route that you get on suits you a little bit better. You're in a different state of mind. Maybe because she came out 7th, she just had this no pressure kind of feel.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. Coming out in 7th or 8th place, sometimes you feel like, ooh, I'm at the back of the pack. But the other side of that is I don't have anything to lose here.
Yeah, totally.
The only way to go is up.
That's right,
so
right.
It's like maybe she just had a little bit of freedom in her climbing, was able to move with a bit of, looseness and, felt like she could just kind of give it her all. I
also feel that just getting to know these athletes over the last 5 days, I feel like this played to her strengths. She, I feel like she has power, she's consistent, and, there was no major stumbling block. It was just, keep it going, and I feel like she's got the grit just to not ever let go,
Yeah, I mean, she also, as we know, she competed and still competes in other sports. So I think that plays a role too. There is a huge component of this and being in a final round that is about mental performance, shaking the nerves off and being able to execute what you can under pressure. So I think maybe there's a little bit of that at play potentially too.
Yeah, we were chatting with her mom, and she was just describing the kind of fortitude she has and the diligence to and the self-motivation to ride her bike out to the barn and go for practice riding, and then bike all the way to school, and go to the gym, and it's just,
she sounds like an all-around hard worker for sure.
Well, that's it. You just don't
so it's cool to see that pay off for her. I'm excited for Sloan.
There's Oscar coming down, and our head chief setter here.
Our Youth A female podium with Alexa Vanier from Alberta, Molly Dreher, and Jacqueline Ho.
Yeah, there we go.
Another group of strong female athletes. Fantastic.
Again, a really nice spread in the point system there. So the goal for the setters is to have people get slightly higher than the people before them, or at least have somebody get to the top, ideally. And, they don't want one stop or move. That's not the goal. It does happen all the time that people kind of find the same sections tricky. But I feel like they have done a really incredible job here of just sort of putting up something that looks amazing, that's challenging them in a variety of different skills, and ultimately kind of getting everyone to show off what they can do.
Yeah, we saw I think the best of a lot of our athletes today. Giving Josh the thumbs up down there for some good coaching.
Yeah, man.
This
Josh Muller is also a former competitor of ours, and this is what we were commenting at the bouldering competition. Casey, we were discussing how it's so cool to see a lot of our former competitor friends all in now continuing on in the passion of competition climbing, but now in different roles, either gym owners or coaches. Yeah,
or volunteering here at the event.
That's right. And or parents to kids who are competing. There were lots of those too.
Yeah. So exactly, a whole new generation.
That's right.
Yeah, and even speaking to a lot of the athletes who competed, who competed today already and are competing in our final round still to come. A lot of them are already working at their gyms and mentoring even younger athletes. Like, it's just amazing to think that you could get started in the sport so young and be able to fall in love with it so early on. Like, what an opportunity. I mean, I know what the sport has done for me, and it kind of fills my heart a bit to see other people be able to enjoy it the same way.
Oh, it's so exciting. I have spoken about this many times with people because I got into the sport quite young, but at the time they did not have any of the kinds of resources and that these kids have available to them, and so I'm just really stoked to see the opportunities that these young athletes have. Yeah. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And the amount of girls too is so cool.
Oh yeah.
Like when I first started, it was definitely outweighed the amount of, it was very, very imbalanced how many girls were competing versus how many boys. And so it's really exciting to see such an even distribution of genders, although we have noticed, and we were talking to some of the setters and gym owners, that it can start to drop off in the junior sort of age group, and for a variety of reasons. And
yeah, I thought that was really, really good to hear the setters talking about how they recognize that there is a bit of a drop off in female athletes at that 13 to 14 years of age. And I think it's great to know that they're acknowledging that and they're considering that when they're setting for these events and recognizing, like, we want these athletes to have a good time too. Yeah,
they don't want to give a beat down, they don't want people to be destroyed. So yeah, I thought that was a really admirable sort of observation and intention that the setters go into to make sure that, yes, this is a competition. It is a national event, but it is also it's a celebration of rock climbing.
Yeah.
And they're kids. They're still kids.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are obviously looking to the future of their climbing, but at the end of the day, they're still youth athletes. We still want them to have a good time. We want them to have a positive experience. And, the CEC is definitely focused on creating athletes for life,
Yeah, that's right. The adults, though, they can suffer. They don't need to have fun.
We're okay with that. They're already hooked, so,
Yeah, right. They can't stop. Génial. On discute ici juste comment c'est vraiment cool que les setters ils sont au courant que les filles, quand ils sont de plus en plus âgés en termes d'adolescence, ils voient ils remarquent une baisse de nombre de participants, et donc ils veulent vraiment être sûr que l'expérience à la compétition, c'est vraiment une de fun, c'est vraiment une question. C'est sûr que c'est une compétition, c'est sûr que c'est sérieux, c'est un niveau élevé, mais aussi le but ultime, c'est d'avoir un super bon temps et de garder le monde en amour avec le sport. Il ne veut pas que ça devienne un genre de travail ou quelque chose que haït, parce que il veut garder le monde dans le sport pour longtemps.
Getting another look at our scoring here.
Dylan Lee, an amazing final climb there, c'était vraiment impressionnant. Le seul compétiteur de finir la voie.
Dylan making a name for himself already as a speed climber, but
in all disciplines, he's kind of crushed this weekend.
Yeah.
Adam Edwards there from Alberta, a really great showing, moving himself up the ranking there. Benjamin Tonos too.
Yeah, Adam had an increasingly better performance from every round.
That's right. Yeah, that's obviously as a competitor, that's ideal.
Yeah, you're peaking when you need to be peaking.
When you should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Right down to the round.
That's right. Benjamin Tonos there from Ontario, just behind Adam there, with just getting to the hold but not moving past it to get that plus that Adam did, making an attempt to move beyond the 25th hold. And Ian Tan making that attempt but not quite securing the hold that Benjamin did, and so you'll see he's just basically a half point below.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good effort.
And il faut dire que les autres ont super bien fait aussi. Adrien Lévesque, Lucas Edmonds, Benjamin Chapman, Hugo Fortier. I mean, you can't belittle that performance. Just being in finals is really something to be proud of. I know people say that all the time, but it is true.
You are at Youth Nationals.
Yes.
You know, you made it. So there's a lot of climbers that have, there's a lot of climbers that have competed here today. A lot of them have already competed in Boulder. They came into the lead event already tired, and they managed to string it together. So
yeah, that's something that I for sure never did. I don't think I ever did 2 comps back to back.
Yeah, no way.
So yeah, that's already a show. Look at the BC fortitude here.
Yeah.
What a domination in the Youth B females from the BC contingent.
Scooping up those 5 spots.
Wow, okay.
That's
interesting. Sienna Chow on top there, Sophie King and Sloan Becker. Morgan Schmitter, Annie Kelly.
Caitlin Davies, Grace Lukasik, and Autumn Iwaskow. Yeah.
Sienna Chow really climbed that problem, or I keep doing that. Yes. I mostly boulder, so it is definitely a little bit of a bias in my brain.
You just see a collection of boulders stacked on top of each other?
Yeah, a little bit. Although this would intimidate me a lot because, actually the blue problem there with all those shiny holds, that was just, I was salivating a little bit looking up at that one.
I think we all were.
Not only is it just
fresh.
Yeah, nice. and aesthetically pleasing, but the moves are, the compression required to stay on the wall, and the fact that it is just kind of, I'm a powerful climber. I enjoy powerful moves, and that's what that's about. So that was fun to watch. They are tweaking it a little bit, it seems. Maybe adding a little something there or tightening it.
Or switching out a crimp.
Yeah, they hadn't intended to do that, but sometimes when you observe how the previous round did, and you think, maybe we can make a slight adjustment here.
Yeah, the route setters make a lot of adjustments actually from round to round. We said this during the Boulder round, but they haven't seen these athletes in basically 2 years. So they don't necessarily know what kind of form the athletes are going to be in. And so, they can speculate. They're obviously watching results as they come in from the different provinces and whatnot, but, they kind of do have to work a little bit on the fly. They have an idea of the level, but they may need to adjust. So we knew that after seeing the Boulder round, the lead setting team here did make adjustments. They got some intel from the setting crew for the Boulder Nationals, and they did make a few adaptations to their routes based on that. And then from the qualifying round to semis, they did the same. So we know they made quite a lot of adjustments, I think, from the qualifier round to semis. So.
Ouais, j'allais dire justement qu'après la compétition de bloc, les setters là-bas, ils ont parlé avec les setters de la compétition ici. Comme ça, il y avait déjà une idée de qu'est-ce qu'il allait voir. Puis, mais c'est la journée de qualification, c'est peut-être le plus informatif parce qu'on a chaque compétiteur et compétitrice, ils ont 2 voies grimpées au début. Et après ça, mais justement, ils peuvent juste faire les petits changements. And otherwise, you got to live with what you did. But they are setting very...
They've been on point.
On point, yeah.
Haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. Thank you.
Yeah. So the next round we've got coming up, and the next 3 categories we have coming up, we're looking at junior females on the yellow route to your left of your screen here. We've got junior males coming up on that shiny blue route up the center of your screen, and just slightly off camera on the right side with the black holds, we've got our youth B male route. So we'll be looking at a whole new set of climbers coming out for their final.
On va être familier avec les voies. On les a déjà vues. On sait c'est où les petites sections un peu plus difficiles. Et on sait c'est quoi le petit mouvement qui va aider les grimpeurs à réussir la voie. On va avoir à droite sur la voie avec des prises noires, c'est pour les juvéniles B, garçons. Avec les prises bleues au milieu, ça va être les juniors, garçons. Et à gauche, ça va être les juniors filles. Et bientôt, on va voir les compétiteurs et les compétitrices. Ils vont sortir et ils vont faire leur preview des voies. We'd like to thank our CEC partners again while we have this minute. That's Sport Canada and Sport Canada TV. Leanne and Choi are doing an amazing job here behind all the cameras. Nobody ever sees them. Arc'teryx, Rock Base, Movement Factory, Rock Digital. We have our social media on deck aussi as well, and you should definitely go follow Climbing Escalade Canada on Instagram. It's Climb Canada is the handle, and the CEC social team over there has been also doing an amazing job.
And getting some great photos up on Insta.
Yeah, and some mini videos too, I think they said they might have too sometimes.
Cool.
So
that's awesome. I was going to say I got my Arc'teryx t-shirt on right now.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a fan.
That's some good quality stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, love my Arc'teryx harness. I'm going to trade it for the world.
I think this is a good time. Maybe we're going to just do a little commercial here. Another word from Rock Base.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. A community every climber calls home. Rock Base, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.
So I'm not entirely sure what the delay is, but I am excited for this round.
Yeah, we saw a really great semi from these junior and the youth B males. It was really exciting. Yeah, Riley Galloway climbing out of the center of the pack in semis into the finals.
Yeah. She really worked her way up. She did what she needed to do, and that's exciting. Do you have anybody else that you got your eye on for the junior female category?
Well, I already told you, Mackie, I was really excited to see her. I thought she, again, kind of similar to Sloan in a way, like just sort of consistent, just kind of, makes her way up the wall without really putting too much of her effort on display. Like, you don't really see her really, like, having to struggle through anything.
100%. That's a really great analysis. I see that similarity too. And they're both from BC, and I think she also is a multi-sport athlete. So it's very interesting. There's maybe just like this focused gene that they either they have the gene or they've just cultivated the skill.
Yeah, for sure.
I was very excited to watch Lexi Binder climb, and she really did, because she was not in the bouldering competition, so she was going to be more fresh than the other ones. She's sitting in third after the semifinals. So I'm curious to see what she'll do. Mais Sofiane Bertrand de Québec, elle a juste tellement bien grimpé la voie de semi-finale qu'elle a vraiment un shot. Puis je sais qu'elle va être très excitée d'aller au championnat mondial junior. Et c'est ça que ça va prendre. Il faut que tu sois sur le podium pour avoir une spot. Except there are already 2. So there's only 1 spot available, actually. So in order to go to the Youth Worlds, you have to be first.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Indiana Chapman who's already qualified, and Emmy Takashabi, right? Here they go. There's Naki. Oh.
Lexi still got her heart glasses on.
That's right. Hugo Dorval. No, it's the other one. Hugo Valence.
Tall group of junior male athletes.
That's right. There it is, TJ Foley,
and
Matthew,
Youth B male.
Yeah, there they all are. Look at that.
Youth B male has 3 spots available, but I still think we're going to see a cool little battle here between some of our top athletes in the Youth B category.
Yeah,
Nathaniel Smith and Evan Lau both topping their semi-boulder or their semi-route. Now I'm doing it funny.
Nathaniel and Evan, I think those two definitely have a strong shot. Either one of them, that could be a little bit of a throwdown between those two for the Youth B category. Et ça va être très proche entre Nathaniel Smith et Evan Lau. Les deux, ils ont fini la voie.
Yeah. Mathieu Bonneville, also really impressed with his climbing.
Yeah, that's right. Mathieu Bonneville, il a vraiment bien grimpé. Il était au milieu du pack au début, puis là, il est monté pour être 7e, 8e, 6e au semi-final.
Doing our athlete presentation here, introducing everybody to the crowd once again, although they know who they are.
Brody Rapowski. Oh, ils sont un peu gênés, j'adore ça. Just a wee bit shy looking, putting them on the spot here with these presentations. He's Nathaniel Smith is a very, very polite, very nice little person there.
And don't forget, Brody Rapowski got very close to topping his semi as well.
Oh yeah.
So not too far behind Evan and Nathaniel.
Nope.
You know, he kind of made a shot at that final jug. We saw him just miss it and come down.
Well, yeah, and we saw just a second ago Anna Kelly, who could have definitely been a contender for a podium there, just made a small little error. Anything can happen, Casey.
Yeah.
This is sports climbing action.
Yeah, it sure is.
Nice.
All the athletes cheering for each other.
It's Riley there. Lily Trottier.
Getting in the zone.
It's a smile there from Michaela.
Naki.
She likes to go by Naki.
See with her rose-colored glasses.
Nice. It's a way to go through life.
Yeah. It'd be positive.
Sofiane Bertrand.
And our top qualifier, Sydney Park.
Ouais. La seule compétitrice de Ontario dans cette catégorie.
Yeah, just one. That's right.
Maintenant, c'est la présentation des juniors. Aria, de Québec. Hugo Valence. These young men are 17, 18, or maybe even 19. You have to be 18 or 19 by the end of the calendar year to be in the junior category. So these are young men.
Yeah. They get their chance to compete in senior, and
Hugo Dorval
put on a really good show so far. More to come from him for sure. And Matthew just getting oh so close to a top on that.
Yep.
On that semis route. TJ, his sister told me he shot up like a sprout in the last few years.
Okay.
It was just a few years ago.
And Jackson McDonald. These are all names I have been seeing on the comp circuit for years, actually. So very experienced competitors.
Yeah, and getting to dip their toes into the senior competition environment too.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. Quand les compétiteurs ils ont 16 ans, ils ont le droit de compétitionner dans la catégorie senior, mais ils sont toujours dans la catégorie junior et juvénile. Donc, there's a few years there where you can overlap and you can do both. A lot of our present athletes who are competing on the World Cup circuit were coming out of the junior program, the youth climbing competition program circuit.
We're seeing our athletes do their
visualization.
Yeah.
They're miming.
Yeah. Talk to each other a little bit, and they're allowed to do that. Oh, some really animated miming of moves here.
Awesome. I like that. Getting already ready to go big.
You can see some athletes kind of like to go on their own. Nathaniel looking like he's kind of doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wandering around, just trying to get a different angle of each hold. They want to make sure they're not missing anything, not missing any little piggyback crimps that are screwed into a larger hold.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's very important to know what the holds are going to be like near the top of the route, because once you get there, you do not have the same kind of energy that you do at the bottom, and so you need to move fast and you need to be prepared.
Yeah, these routes build on the athletes as they go. As you climb higher and higher, you're feeling more and more tired, and it can be harder to think while you're up there. So having a plan while you're on the ground can help. These climbers have lots of practice doing this, and they'll travel around to different gyms during their training and do exactly the same thing you're seeing them do here. They want to go in and try an on-site routes during their training to mimic what they're going to experience during competition.
So on-site, c'est l'équivalent de faire quelque chose à vue. And doing something on-site is when you haven't watched anybody else on the routes, so you don't know what climbers look like and how they look and feel on the holds. You just have to figure that out for yourself. À vue, ça veut dire que quand tu sors, tu n'as jamais vu quelqu'un grimpe sur les prises, et tu le fais premier coup. So if you do it on your first try and that's finishing the whole problem, that means you're on-sighting the problem. And the route is because it's a route, Casey. It's a route. Or a route if you go to the U.S.
A route.
Yeah.
Yeah, a route.
I'm always caught off guard still to this day when they talk about routes. Zoe Gauthier there. Tu vas voir, elle a une petite tape noire sur le bras. C'est probablement juste, ça filait pas tout à fait bien. Son physio a mis quelque chose pour le garder un peu protégé, le muscle.
It's interesting. I haven't seen a lot of the athletes grab start holds yet, and I don't know if we just missed that, but surely they have.
Honestly, sometimes I wonder in a route, like how much that helps you, because
I think it's good to know what you're dealing with for the start. You got one shot to pull on and get going, so you don't want to make any mistakes down low before you've even clipped a draw.
No, that's for sure. We did see a really sad, heartbreak little slip there in semifinals that basically you slip, you touch the carpet, and that's it, you're pulled off. So now we're getting a route close up here.
Taking a good look.
You can see there's some black on those holds. That's from the rubber of the climbing shoes. That's another reason why people like to brush the holds and why we saw them jugging up those ropes and cleaning them all off, because that can be kind of grimy. It looks like they also deliberately left some some chalk on the hold. So they make sure that they want the climbers to know where it's good.
Yeah, we saw in the previous semi-round the setters had even put a little tick mark on a volume just to kind of guide climbers as to where to grab it. They're just level setting a little bit by doing that.
Well, that particular hold was also hidden from view from underneath, and so they wanted the climbers to know where to aim if they had to throw for it. So they don't have to do that. They're just being nice. But climbers will do that outside too. Certainly, if you're going up the first time, you can't do that. But if you get on and you fall, but you notice that there's a hold that you had trouble seeing, then you might put some chalk on there, and that's common practice. As long it's very good practice to brush all that off before you leave, though.
Leave no trace.
Leave no trace. That's what climbers are all about. That's what we're trying to teach everyone.
They're really taking a good look at the start right now on our junior female route.
Yeah, you do see those tiny little black holds screwed onto the triangular shaped volumes.
On our Youth B.
On the Youth B male route, which was also our Youth B girl route.
I'm just seeing the junior females, interestingly, are spending quite a bit of time right now taking a look at the start of their route. I think they've got some questions here about how good is it going to feel when I step on this thing.
Yeah, Oscar told us that start is a little spicy. It does, just like the little volume, little skip hop on the junior on the Youth B route. It's a little insecure. It's a little precarious. You need to get committed right off the ground in that junior female route.
So that marks the end of their preview time. They're all going to go back into isolation. They do not get to watch each other climb these routes.
Yeah, I would be intimidated by that start because their holds are not. It's just opposition. You know, push away, undercling. There's no big giant hold to hold on to.
Yeah, and you know, some of these holds these athletes will have seen before at their own gym, but they don't necessarily know all of them. So, you know, if a climber has this particular set of holds at the gym, then they're going to be familiar with, you know, how it's going to feel. So, you know, those who haven't seen them before are going to have maybe some more questions in their mind about how it might feel when they pull on, and they want to be really sure.
And also the orientation, l'orientation des prises, ça change tout. Tu vas peut-être connaître une prise, mais you know, quand ils sont mis dans un ordre en particulier, ça peut changer tout.
We'll be following along a little bit as we can in the chat, so if you have any questions that come up, we'll do our best to try and answer them.
Now we have Zoe Gauthier tying in. Zoe Gauthier, dans les juniors filles, une grimpeuse de Alley Up à Montréal. Ça, c'est quelqu'un que je pense qu'elle a eu une tour de demi-finale extraordinaire. J'étais impressionnée de la voir en finale. Elle a bien grimpé ça en semi.
Zoe.
I think she moved up a fair bit from the middle of the pack there from
semis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe sitting in 8th place, just behind Riley.
And as we said, no pressure. It's the cushy spot to be in finals. The only downside, of course, is if there's a tie, then you will not be put in the front because you will go back to the ranking from the semi-final round. Donc c'est un avantage d'être en dernier dans les finales parce que tu n'as aucune pression. La seule façon que tu peux bouger, c'est de monter dans le classage. Et si la seule chose qui est comme peut-être un petit négatif, c'est que s'il y a une égalité, ils vont retourner au classeur aux demi-finales. Mais on va espérer de ne pas en avoir des égalités. And now here it is, Casey, the last round of this 5-day Youth Boulder Lead National event is underway. Aria Panedes Serra from Quebec.
We saw that slightly dynamic move kicking off the Youth B male route.
Antoine Caron. Pas de trouble avec le petit départ insécure.
So we getting started.
Et on voit Zoe à droite sur votre écran.
And there are little holds that have been screwed onto those volumes. You can just see them on your screen.
Nice. Really reaching over there. Hanging with a straight arm, preserving those small muscle groups, the energy really laying back. A little bit of a struggle there with that clip.
Yeah, Antoine, but getting through it.
Come on, Aria. It's going to really start to kick in right about now.
Aria's climbed quickly through the bottom half here.
Yeah, I think you need to do that on this route, really. You don't want to faff around.
You don't want to stay on there forever.
Antoine.
You see the athletes making quick clips as they go.
Aria really getting up into this powerful section, looking a little bit flustered almost, but making good decisions.
A strong toe hook, but just not enough to stay on.
Yeah, the panic was setting in there, Casey. I saw it. Yeah.
You see the body kind of tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, they don't look quite as comfortable.
The eyes darting here and there. Which do I move first? Come on, Antoine. Allez, Antoine. Il est en train de vraiment bien faire. Il est rendu aux 3/4 de la voie déjà.
Now, our Youth B girls climbed on this route, but the setters have cranked up the difficulty a little bit here for the youth male boys.
We're seeing a really impressive go here by Antoine. Il est vraiment en train de crusher la voie.
A little rest in before this final section, and our setters did tell us this is going to be a little bit demanding here.
Sorry, I'm just like eyes peeled. I cannot.
So here we go.
Allez.
That's a big sloping hold. It is not easy to hold that hold. He needs to get to the left side and catch with the right arm.
Oh, wow, he just launched out there. But yeah, you have to make sure your right hand falls in that right hand sloper at the same time.
Yeah, and not easy to do because you do have this volume sticking out to the right side. You kind of need to get your right hand in between that volume and hold in order to latch it.
So was that a like just a come from behind amazing performance, or are we going to have a lot of tops there, or close to tops?
Did he just Sloan Becker us?
Maybe he just Sloan Beckered us.
So we've got Riley Galloway coming out.
She's quite the personality. I like to watch her climb. She's always looking pretty stoked and happy.
Yeah, an expressive climber.
Yeah, totally. There you go. She just got right in there. Good commitment. Making sure that rope is not in her way. That's why she swung it over her shoulder there. She doesn't want it getting in the way of her feet because stepping on the rope is no fun. And ici, on a Hugo Valence qui est en train de grimper la voie junior à gauche, les prises bleues. Et on a Frederick Ho à droite pour les juvéniles B. Hugo, il a grimpé dans la compétition du bloc.
And Riley was first at Youth Speed Nationals, first at Youth Boulder Nationals. She's looking to make it a triple here, I'm sure.
Oh, that would be a pretty phenomenal finish.
At this point, you know, anything is gravy. She's done amazing during this event and through our Boulder event.
Frederick Ho, a little shorter than the other climbers, but really just walking through this section. Hugo, il met la corde un peu pour une brève seconde dans sa bouche, qui est correct, il a le droit de faire ça. Mais c'est juste pour avoir un peu plus de lousse. Tu veux pas tirer la corde, essayer de mettre ça dans le dégain. Il soit trop serré. Allez, Hugo, allez, allez. Allez. Oh, le bras commence d'être un peu haut, là.
Tightening up in the right arm there. A little, maybe feeling a little tired there.
Yeah, we saw that elbow start to break out from being down and start to stick out behind him. That's definitely a sign of fatigue. And here we have Frederick Hull just getting into that crimp section, looking a little tired.
Oh.
Nice work from Frederick Hull, very nice work.
Riley having no problem getting into this roof section here.
Yeah, she's really
her way up real quick.
She's very much focused on doing the chimney technique.
So she needs to turn her hips around here. Okay,
yeah. She's going into it. Yeah, her feet are facing the wrong way, the knees. They need to be turned around the other way, but
that left foot.
This is a little bit awkward.
Precarious position here.
Yeah, clipping that is not looking super comfortable.
Nope.
She's going to get herself pumped out a little bit there, Case.
She's going to adjust.
There we go.
I want to see that left foot.
Yes.
There we go. So that left foot is going to be taking some weight now and not feeling quite as
and her left arm is straight.
Insecure. Yeah, there we go. Nice clean
Allez, nice recovery there from a little precarious position. Il faut juste qu'elle aille encore du gaz dans le tank.
So she's going to be facing this pinch hold in front of her in order to get a look at this crimp just over the lip.
Well, I think she's going to pop. You think she's going to pop?
Yeah, a lot of them have. In our previous round,
yep.
Remember, our youth females climbed on this, but I think a slightly tweaked version, just slightly. I'm not sure what they didn't change. I don't know if they changed anything or not, but
I don't think so.
Yeah, so we did see a lot of them cut feet as they came into that gray panel at the top. So Logan Jones from Alberta.
Okay. Hugo Valence.
And you can see these blue holds, they don't have a lot of like purchase on them. Their athletes have an open hand. You can see their wrists and forearm doing a lot of work. They want to get as much friction on these holds as possible.
Yeah, these are sloping holds is how we call them because they're not in cut. They're not easy to pinch. You just have to lay your open hands flat on there. And Mathieu Bonneville, il a juste fait une petite erreur, je pense, une petite glissage. Ça va être un peu décevant pour lui, je suis sûre. I mean, those cheetah holds have a very shiny part on them.
Logan deciding whether or not he wants to
do the
make
clip.
Another clip here or keep moving. And he's going to keep moving.
Yeah, sometimes the...
Oh, okay. Clip off the hard holds, I think. Not quite able to get it in there.
This is very awkward.
And this can be stressful. You know, when you go for a clip and you don't make it, it can kind of get in your head a bit. So
there we
you'll
go.
need to keep his cool.
Yeah. And the reason why that draw is a little bit longer is to make sure that it doesn't create too much friction between the rope and the wall. So if it was right next to the... Oh, that was very close. Yeah, so you might be looking at it saying, why is that draw in his face? Why don't they make it shorter? But first of all, it would probably rub against the hold, the volume on the wall.
Yeah, it could interfere with him moving his hand across that volume.
And secondly, they want to make sure that there's enough slack in the rope to not create any friction behind the climbers as they climb higher. It's called rope drag. All right. We got Laura Gervais here from Alberta.
Just sneakily making her way up here.
Smoothly climbing up these opening sections.
These volumes have pretty sharp edges on them, so they do feel pretty good in the hands, but maybe not quite as good in the feet. You there's no edges that you're standing on when you're on them. You're just depending on pressing your feet out.
Yeah. And this is Gavin Helsby here on the left side of your screen. And again, really look at the difference in the shiny parts of those holds and the frictiony parts of those holds. You've got to make sure that you don't accidentally try to weight the shiny parts. Here we go.
Laura.
Here we go, Laura. Come on. Allez, allez, pousse avec tes pieds.
You want those feet nice and high. Oh. Shout out to the Belayers. Another good catch.
So you see that when these other girls walking up in that chimney making it look so easy, you can see it is not. Laura is a very talented climber, and it's just hard to maintain the pressure in both directions and then also move up.
Gavin in this tough cross. Ooh, wow.
Wow, yeah. Allez, Gavin.
Quick hand match there. And
Ooh!
Oh, wow. I'm
okay.
not sure. I think he wanted to get into the pinch on the left-hand side there and just wasn't able to get that hand match done.
Yeah, I guess he thought he had the hands on the wrong hand on that hold and wanted to switch it up, but that was a very risky move.
Yeah.
It did not pay off.
Dylan Smith. Chalking up. Moving through these big holds. Remember, the shiny parts of those holds have no texture. There's just nothing usable on that.
Yeah, it's just shiny.
So these holds really demand that you use them in a certain way.
In a certain place. Okay, Dylan. The guys so far making it up here. Not too much struggle. And then right now is when things start to, the gears turn up. It starts to get a little bit, a little more challenging around this part. Come on.
Yeah.
Again, he's going to want to clip. He wants to clip, but he wants to move. It's such a fine balance. Nice. I think that's a better position than what we saw from Logan. Come on, Dylan. Let's go. Come on, Dylan. That elbow, never a good sign.
Oh. Yeah, we've seen that chicken wing elbow happen in that spot for a couple athletes.
Oh, yeah. Clearly that move is, I'm not even sure that, I wonder, can you come into the blue ball and then cross to that?
Yeah, it looks like you could, and then kind of, yeah.
And then I just feel like it's, maybe people are trying to skip that because it's closer, but
yeah,
I don't think the body position, yeah, the body position is not very good.
Yep. Lily Trottier getting into these big volumes again.
And on the Youth B male route, we have Christian Chan. Il était en 4e aux demi-finales. Et il y a beaucoup d'opportunités d'avancer ici. Au moins de garder sa place parce que il y avait des tombes assez en bas par les autres athlètes.
Lily 6th at our Youth Bouldering Nationals.
Yep, made finals there. She climbed on Friday. Only 1 day rest. Come on, she's got to get those feet up higher.
And Christian third in our Youth Bouldering Nationals. So.
Man, that was so intense. It's so tricky.
Starting to see Christian get up high here on this route.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple questions here about what to do next. You see him switch his feet. He's going to go up right hand to this big hold.
There you go.
It's a pretty good hold. He's going to set his feet and probably try to get that clip done.
That was incredible on-the-fly thinking right there.
Yeah, just made the adjustment very quickly.
Yeah.
Getting that clip.
Il est allé dans le mauvais sens. Il a vu, il a fait la correction. Ça, c'est un grimpeur intelligent.
Top of the foot, and that left foot's pretty good.
I can shake out. Quick little shake there on that tiny
shake out
hold.
on the crimps. Looking good here, looking really good.
Allez, Christian. Okay, even popping there, still
eyeing
shaking.
up this next section. We'll see if he's able to read what our route setters were expecting. Ooh, getting a little cross-body clipping done.
Yeah, that's not the best stance. He might need to get a little higher, or at least clip with his left hand. Sometimes you want to clip with a certain hand because it's a little bit, one of them's more tired than the other. He doesn't look comfortable, Casey.
Yeah, and it's
he's going to keep going.
Demanding, and he's trying to do this
Oh
static
my
Bonnie.
goodness, this is crazy. But he needs to clip, folks. I don't know, maybe they'll give him credit for that.
Scoping it out.
Come on, get that clip. Get that clip. Yes, all right.
Got the clip done.
Oh my goodness.
You see him trying to shake out.
Arms must be burning.
Oh yeah.
Hugo Dorval sur la voie de junior garçon. Allez, 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 allez.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Come on. Hugo.
Oh, and he's climbing back down. He
Qu'est-ce
wants
qu'il
to
va faire?
reassess.
Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire, Hugo? Il sait pas quoi faire.
Hugo,
C'est vraiment
getting that
compliqué.
chicken wing.
Oh man, Hugo, il a réussi. Chan est tombé.
And Hugo continuing to fight here.
Amazing. Comment il est dépassé
You
de la
see that leg
section.
shaking. You can see the shake in his leg, but he's still going.
Oh man, il est très fort là, mentalement. Oh, il est fatigué. Check ça, le respire.
He's giving a little shake to his head.
Oh, I think he's just gunning now, man. I think he's just gonna go until he
And he's
falls.
making a great effort.
Oh, is he gonna
Wants to
clip
get
or is
that
he just
clip
gonna
done.
go? No, he wants to go.
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
And he gets the
He
clip
gets the
done.
clip.
Wow.
This is incredible
That
from
is
Hugo Dorval.
Some great
Oh my
on-the-fly
gosh.
thinking.
Oh my gosh, what's happening?
Amazing bit of composure just to feel so taxed, but to keep going.
Wow.
You know, look at the clip and go, no, we're going to the next hold.
Oh my gosh, lui, il aurait pu tomber comme 5 fois, je pense. I think there were like 5 holds he could have fallen on there.
Mackie,
Mackie.
no, Mackie just slipping out of that stem in the top there of the.
She was very
root.
square.
Yes.
I you know, being able to press out both feet sideways, you need to twist your body.
Yeah, the competitors who were able to get up into that undercling solidly managed to walk their feet up and step them on the top of those 2 volumes for that extra bit of security. You don't want to, like we said earlier, don't leave those feet behind you. Get them up.
Yeah. Or the other thing is they were or they were completely sideways,
Right.
and they had a major knee drop with one knee.
Yeah, I think Riley maybe did that. Is that right? I can't remember.
Cedar.
Yes, okay.
Definitely did that. There were some major knee drops, but especially like if you, you know, it's pushing out with both sides. It's actually you get more surface from your foot if you turn sideways,
right?
Because then you can almost get the heel on.
Yeah, and it can be a little easier to push like that.
Yes.
Rather than kind of pushing out with both legs. So
exactly.
Brody Rapowski.
Ooh, that was exciting. That was very exciting. Christian getting super high. Hugo Dorval giving it the good fight.
And Matthew Rodriguez kicking off his attempt at the junior male final route.
Oh, Casey, we're getting to this.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be
the heavy hitters, I say. The heavy hitters.
Hectic. I think Brody wants this. We've seen him try really hard through this event, and I think we're going to see the same thing here. He's an energetic climber.
Yeah, there's no lack of try hard.
No way.
From any of these competitors at this point.
No, you can tell they all want it. This is an important event for them, and they're hungry. They haven't got to compete like this in a while. Some of them haven't been able to compete at a national event before, so
yeah, the youth B
it's a big deal.
youth B climbers anyways probably were too young to compete in a final 2 years ago. Ali, come on, Ali Brody.
Lexi Binder over here making her way up too.
Oh wow, he really swung there. That was a precarious way to do that move. Definitely energy sapping, but he decided he was going to stick it, and he did. He did. Ali Matthew Rodriguez just
I think we're going to get another look at the top of this Youth B route.
100% Casey.
And Matthew Rodriguez not showing any sign of fatigue right now.
No.
We saw him top
wow, look at this.
both of his qualifier routes of wow.
I think he could
very comfortable.
He could put this down, Casey. I think it could happen. Brody getting into that section with the leg behind the rope. That was scary, and Matthew fell too.
Jeez.
Wow. Man, Hugo Dorval.
Yeah.
What a performance.
What a performance.
Oh my gosh.
Lexi.
I'm still kind of reeling from that. That was incredible. Okay,
yeah.
Lexi.
Lexi's got to figure out how to get that right foot up now because she needs to get into this press with both feet.
Let's see if she does the turning sideways and dropping one knee down. Or, everyone just wants to get to the hold.
Yeah, you do, because it's good. It's actually really good.
Yeah, but it's better when you're higher. Come on, that's it. She's pushing out. She's pushing out.
Steps up top.
There we go.
That's what we want.
That's right. Now she's on those tiny little holds, those little jibs screwed onto the top of the volume there. You can't see them. They're yellow, but they're there.
She'll get a little bit of a breath in here. This is where you're like, your heart rate is pounding, and you're like, okay, I need to lower the heart rate.
Yeah.
Get some good breaths in and get ready to execute the last bit of climbing here.
Ouais. Elle shake un peu ses bras, elle veut retrouver un peu d'énergie ici. Elle grimpe super bien en ce moment. Elle est très intentionnelle avec ses pieds, c'est super bon. Elle essaie de go statiquement, là, il faut qu'elle pop un peu, là, voilà. Merci beaucoup, Lexi. Wow. Faut mettre tes pieds, ça c'était...
left foot, a lot of athletes chose to cut there, but she's got that footwork.
Lexi making that a little harder for her than was necessary, I'm going to say that. She definitely showed off some abdominal muscles in that particular move. Had a little bit of a head fling there. I think she's like going to dig deep now. This is it. This is the last shot she's got here.
This is where she's really pumped. You can see her shaking her arms. That's, trying to shake that lactic acid out.
Yep, she wanted to recover. How much could she recover? That's the question. Come on, Lexi. Let's see it. With the foot, it's a little too high.
Needs to make that move left.
Oui, son pied est trop haut, man. Elle veut vraiment.
Coming back down to rest
wow.
Again. So she likes this hold as a rest hold. She's going to take some time, see if she can get a little more back. It's always a question here of whether or not I'm actually getting something back or if I'm just
tired,
making myself more tired.
Yeah, it is.
So you have to make that decision on the fly. TJ.
Clearly she went into that move, though, and she decided that it was not good enough. So, all right, TJ, and all right, Evan Lau.
Oh, and TJ.
A low fall from TJ. This is going to put Hugo into a podium position. Lexi, come on, Lexi. Man, she stuck that hold. This is amazing work from her.
Lexi really fighting here.
What? She just pressed. She didn't even turn it. She's going to get credit for that hold because she touched it in control. She's pulling on that rope. It is hard to clip. Come on, get that clip, please.
It's a bit uncomfortable.
Oh, yes, she's got that hold. And Evan Lau also making good work.
Lexi got
Can
a big
she hit that? No,
up.
she cannot. Oh, but that is going to put her into first place, Casey. And do we have Evan Lau also?
Evan looks ready to tackle this final little boulder problem on this
solve
route.
it. Come on, solve it.
No problem.
Nice.
Wow, come on. Amazing performance.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Evan Lau.
He's smiling, can't see under his mask, but I can see it in his eyes. He's happy.
Mais oui. Comment tu peux pas être heureux avec une performance aussi forte comme ça? Ça, c'était vraiment cool, là. D'être capable de faire un genre de 1-2 clutch à la fin de la voie, c'est vraiment impressionnant.
Incredible.
Like, not only did he read that well, but he was able to execute it at the top of such a non-forgiving problem.
Yeah, and you saw his body just swing to the left, and I thought, ooh, and then he just held it, no problem.
He obviously had resources to spare.
That was a pretty quick dispatch of that route, I have to say.
So, Nathaniel Smith, il est en position pour gagner. Il faut qu'il le fasse, la voie. Il peut pas tomber s'il veut gagner.
He's got his work cut out for him, and he knows there was a top. He's hearing the cheers. He knows. He's getting called out now.
Yeah. Here we get a little replay of this crazy athletic performance, holding on,
Lexi
getting that leg way out left. And then this recovery was so fantastic.
Yeah, Lexi
Check it out. Check it out.
Lexi showed a lot of determination.
Yeah, she really earned that high point right there.
Yeah, and I got the sense from her through this round that she really wants tops on these routes. Like, you know, it's like you can tell she just wants to tackle them.
OK, Jackson McDonald, là, il a vraiment une chance d'être sur le podium. The favorites to win have had some mishaps here, and so Jackson is got a kind of an opportunity to seize here.
Ooh, I'm really excited to see what Sofiane can do at the top of this route.
Me too.
She showed a lot of powerful climbing in the boulder round and during qualies and semis here in the lead nationals. So I'm really excited to see what she can do at the top.
You know, Sofiane ici, une Québécoise, ça serait vraiment le fun pour elle d'être sur le podium au moins.
Okay, Jackson getting into this bit of an awkward clip. It's given a little bit of trouble to some of the athletes, but
we haven't seen anyone top this in this category yet.
No,
come on, Jackson. I think he can do it. We did see a top in the Youth A male category from Dylan. We can see it again. Looking very composed. And now Nathaniel Smith has started his...
Jackson chalking up on these bad holds.
Wow, look at this. Come on. On a Sofiane à droite, on a Nathaniel en bas, on a Jackson en haut. Il y a trop d'action.
Getting everybody on screen here.
I was just saying there's too much action. Yeah. It's like, I don't know where to look. It's incredible. But Jackson's at the top there. I would really love to see him.
Jackson,
he's looking
steady,
good.
Moving steady.
Really, just a little shake. It doesn't look quite as like the desperate shake digging deep that Lexi pulled out of the hat there.
Jackson looks like he's got some steady breathing going on. Keeping that heart rate in check. Not getting too excited. Executing the beta precisely. Look at this. Here we go.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Here we
Jackson with the high point. Jackson, that's going to take the win for him. Can he do the top as well?
Next hold, just a little that tension in the left arm. Just not able to snag the top, but
that will be enough, Casey.
An awesome show.
That was fantastic. That was our last junior male competitor.
So Sofiane getting in the roof.
And Nathaniel moving faster than Sofiane. He started after her, but here he goes.
Nathaniel.
Oh my gosh, he looks like he's just started. Doesn't even look like he's
very
trying.
Fresh. And he's going to go for some static beta here.
No, he doesn't like it.
He's going to reconsider.
Yeah. I wondered about that. Oh my gosh, he's got to commit. Maybe he doesn't want to, but he's going to maybe have to.
Really wants to try for that static beta, and he's making it work.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Nathaniel. The win
at a top
in
here,
his sights.
And that's it, Bonnie.
He did it. Wow. He did it, and he didn't even do the double clutch. Nathaniel.
Incredible.
And Evan, the neck and neck.
Wow.
I don't even know if he realizes it. It's like he's just so stoic right now, but man, maybe he was like, I could have kept climbing.
Amazing.
Donc là, il y a une égalité entre Evan et Nathaniel. Les deux, ils ont fini la voie, mais ça va être Nathaniel avant Evan à cause qu'il était avant lui au semi-finale.
He's going to get a nod from his coach. Someone's going to tell him. So
well, he has to know.
So Nathaniel's come in second place.
No, because of time. Oh, I forgot about that. So, as in the IFSC, you are to break a tie in a lead final. You do not go to countbacks. You go to the fastest time. And Evan Lau climbed it faster than Nathaniel by only 30 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, that is so crazy to
Very close.
To think that you have to climb faster is not something you think about. It does not come up very often. This is why it sort of escaped my mind there for a second.
But a phenomenal performance.
Oh, so good. So good.
You know, it does feel good to top the route.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It does feel good. And Sydney's going to try and do that here. So our last athlete out in the junior female category, our last climber on the wall today. All eyes on Sydney.
All eyes on Sydney, the last climber for our entire youth lead boulder national event of 2022, Casey. All eyes on Sydney Park.
So Sophie Ann just kind of came out of the roof a little bit, wasn't able to get out of there.
Oh, she was pretty high on the head wall. Well, a little bit, not at all. I saw her in the corner of my eye, only I was really distracted by Nathaniel.
She is in second place, so
yeah, I think she did. She got to 28. Yeah. I saw her there.
Okay. So we got Lexi in first right now. Sophie Ann Bertrand, Riley Galloway.
Ouais, Jean, je viens d'expliquer juste pour que vous sachiez la raison pourquoi Nathaniel est en deuxième. C'est parce qu'en fait, quand il y a une égalité dans une compétition Coupe mondiale, selon les règles de IFSC, c'est déterminé par le temps. C'est celui qui grimpe la voie la plus vite qui gagne. Donc, c'est quelque chose qu'il faut que les compétiteurs soient au courant. Il faut qu'ils pensent à ça en arrière dans leur tête. Surtout, Nathaniel et Evan, ils auraient dû savoir que les deux, s'il y a une possibilité de finir. Donc, il faut grimper ça. Il ne faut pas faire des erreurs, mais il faut grimper un peu plus vite peut-être que d'habitude. Wow, she's pushing out sideways like the most insecure way to climb in a chimney.
Sydney climbs on volumes all the time. She is going to be no stranger to how these holds in particular feel. I know she's seen them before.
I guess if you just have confidence, often that's what the difference is. You need to have confidence to really in your feet. A lot of people slip off their feet because they don't trust them.
Just kind of.
Yeah, she was faffing around there a little bit. Yeah.
Fiddling with that clip a little bit. Sydney came second in the qualifying round, first in semifinals. We're seeing her last out here in the final round. She took second in the Youth Bouldering Nationals.
We've pointed it out before. She's very good at using those legs. Ooh. Oh my gosh, she hit that with just 3 fingers.
No problem.
Oh, yes. Wow, that was fantastic commitment there. You saw her face grimace as she just held on. She does not look that fatigued. Like, she looks tired, for sure, but
she looks pretty good.
She's got some gas in the tank, I think. Come on, come on. Oh, same kind of situation here. Oh no! Lexi Binder is going to take the win.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, she will be so excited.
So that puts Sydney in third. Oh my gosh. Sophie Ann Bertrand comes in from 10th place.
Amazing.
All the way to second.
That's incredible. From 10th in the qualifying round.
No, in semis. She was in 10th in semis. Oh no, that's not right.
No, that can't be because she was.
Where is she here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna take a look back here.
No, in semis she came out second last. She was second in semis.
Yes. But 10th
in qualifiers. Yeah.
So that's good.
That's fantastic.
Good movement.
No, that's great. Only moving up here. That's and not going down. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Casey.
I can't believe
We're done.
Just like that.
Just like that. On a fini. C'est fou. Ça passait tellement vite. C'était trop excitant. Man.
Amazing. Amazing climbing from everyone.
Aïe, man, il faut vraiment remercier nos sponsors, Sport Canada TV, Arc'teryx, Rock Base, Movement Factory, Rock Digital. Et nos sponsors locaux, Oxio, le gouvernement de Québec et Tourisme Laval pour la compétition à Laval. Et notre hôte ici, Canyon Escalade.
So our junior males, our podium is Jackson McDonald, Hugo Dorval, and Matthew Rodriguez.
Hugo Dorval, I am still kind of like spinning from that effort because
good effort,
lui, il aurait pu vraiment tomber 5 moves avant qu'il tombe, and he just put in the struggle of a lifetime right there.
Yeah, he did. He was showing a bit of fatigue. Well, he was showing fatigue, and he just fought through it the entire time to, as you said, Bonnie, move maybe 5 extra holds.
You know, it would be really awesome. I think our folks at Sport Canada have some replays, Sport Canada TV, of the tops of our first place.
Oh, we'd love to see that.
Yeah, let's see that. So here we have Dylan.
Lee. And this was fun.
This was fantastic. The only send of this route. Giving us all a little heart attack there with that slip of the foot. The Youth A male winner. And here we have
Evan Lau.
Giving it all, doing the double clutch. I really love that he did that.
Yeah, it looked amazing. It looked fantastic. He did that quickly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that was kind of a sneaky send.
Importantly, he did it quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think he really knew.
Right. Yeah.
And this is Nathaniel coming up there.
And this was awesome. I mean, he took the static route,
for
that, but he got it done. No problem.
C'est tellement impressionnant de voir comment il a réussi à voir comme ça.
That is a well-earned second place.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
Very well-earned. And Brody Rapowski in third for our youth females. So fantastic climbing from Brody, I think. Just awesome.
I mean, je sais pas. Moi, je suis comme vraiment excitée. Là, j'ai le goût d'aller grimper moi-même maintenant après avoir vu tout ça. I think I'll be ready to go for a climb myself.
Yeah. So Lexi Binder taking first place for our junior females, Sophie-Anne Bertrand in second place, amazing, and Sydney Park in third. Fantastic
also amazing.
Podium. Yeah,
also amazing.
Honestly, so impressive, every single one of them.
Honestly, the try hard that these athletes brought to the fore today was just like palpable.
Yeah, I think the maturity that I saw in all of these athletes from round to round, you saw some people who maybe didn't do quite as they expected. They shake it off and they move on to the next performance, and I thought that was really impressive. Just their resolve to continue and to go in with a positive attitude each time. I think we're going to see a lot more from a lot of these athletes over the next few years and heading into the senior circuit.
I can't wait to see the juniors move up. It's always exciting because it's a little bit of a shake-up. Some of them have already competed with the senior athletes for sure, but it's fun to watch them move through the different age categories. Like, let's also just point out here Antoine Caron, who came 8th in semifinals and moved his way up to 5th here with
Fantastic.
That. Really, look how high he was. He was not far at all from the podium.
Yep.
He was half a move away from the podium.
Amazing.
So he should be extremely impressed with that. Antoine Caron de Québec, il était tellement proche, il était juste une prise loin de la podium. Donc ça, c'était très impressionnant de sortir en 8e et de finir en 5e. C'est toujours quelque chose d'être très fier. Dorval, Hugo, il était en 4e, il bougeait ça jusqu'en 2e. Après avoir déjà grimpé au bloc, Jackson McDonald securing and just solidifying his right to be in first place.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
for sure.
that was really no doubt
where that
he, yeah, exactly.
It was a statement. He climbed with confidence. I saw patience on the wall at the top of the route.
Yes.
When you get up that high, there's a few things going on. You're feeling tired, but you're also you're getting high and you're excited.
Yeah.
You want it. So it can be that you start to pick up the pace and maybe rush things, but
right.
Jackson really stayed composed.
Yes.
He showed that maturity and probably the experience he's gained over a ton of competitions he's participated in. You saw that come through. He stayed in the moment.
Yeah, he didn't break.
No,
yeah.
He didn't. He did not break at all. That's exactly how to put it.
Yeah, and Matthew Rodriguez also, he's been pretty consistent throughout this competition. Just, a little bummer for TJ Foley for sure. I'm sure he was expecting to maybe keep his podium position there. He was definitely in shot of it. He had the ability, but you know, on dit ça à chaque fois, il y a une compétition, c'est jamais parce qu'il y en a une comme absolument meilleure, mais c'est qui grimpe.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised with that fall.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you could kind of see it on his face when he came down, but, you know, he'll have another shot, I'm sure, again.
Look at this distribution, Casey. The 29 plus, 28, 27 plus, 22 plus. Like, for the setters couldn't have asked for a better distribution of the finalists here.
Yeah, and what a great experience for Zoe Gautier. You know, she was able to come in here and land in finals in 8th place. Like, you're not going to be upset with that. You've made finals at Youth Nationals. I thought she put a great effort in, and we'll see more of her for sure.
I do think that, I mean, it's just amazing the talent. Like, we were sort of trying to make some predictions, but the truth is that this could have shaken up in other ways. Michaela, Laura, Lily, they all have amazing talent, and so they're going to continue to push each other in the competition circuit as they move forward.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We're prepping for a podium presentation here.
Feeling a little thirsty.
Yeah.
We've been talking just a bit this last 5 days.
Just a little. I'm definitely feeling it in the voice. I'm sure everyone can hear it, but we're doing our best.
We sure are. We hope you've enjoyed spending these last few days with us, watching the comps with us. We've certainly had a great time.
Sophie-Anne, Bertrand. And I want to see her because I mistakenly thought she was in the roof when she came down, but you had said that she was quite a bit higher. So, which I wanted to see because I was really excited to see her move through that section.
Oh yeah, it was hard. It was really just happened at the exact same time as Nathaniel,
it did.
And so I just looked over and I saw her in this really wide move out left, which means she was in those yellow kind of pinches, those wide bow tie pinches.
Yeah, I wanted to see a power climber come through the top of that because that second, like, we didn't see a top on that route.
No.
And that second last hold is just...
It's so bad.
It's terrible.
So bad.
Looking at it from here, it's a sloper. It's the slopiest sloper of all slopers.
The slopiest sloper. I wonder, like, how somebody might have preserved their energy a little bit to be able to actually hold that, or where you have to dig down with your right foot to be able to hold that. But that was definitely asking a lot, for sure.
I think so. You know, I think this is a move that we could have seen some of these climbers do, but we have to remember a lot of them bouldered before this event, it does take a lot of energy, and it's hard to recover between events. It's hard to recover between rounds.
Yeah, they're gassed.
So, you know, I think the setters, they kind of knew this route could be done, but, you know, it's a bit of a gamble, and it's possible that maybe had we not had some of these athletes participating in the boulder round, we would have seen a top.
Maybe. You never know.
Okay, so here's Sophie-Anne, kind of heading into this section here. I really wanted to see her do this, so I'm excited.
Is this like slow motion right now?
They're not seeing this on screen. I'm seeing this as a replay.
Oh, okay.
Well, hold on a second here. Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's what I was like. Well, how are you watching Sophie-Anne?
They're not on here. They're still looking at a podium presentation, which is not as exciting as rewatching the climbing we just saw, but we did see Sophie.
There you go. That's what I saw. I saw her look out left.
Yeah, so she did make it on the head wall for those of you who are trying to follow along with what the heck we're talking about, but we're just, you know.
We're probably going to sign off pretty soon because we want you all to go and just focus on these lovely competitors getting their medals.
So, yeah. It's been fun, Bonnie. Thanks for having me.
Fun. C'était trop fun, Casey. Merci pour être venu. Merci à tout le monde.
We got to give a little shout out to Pete Woods and say thanks for passing the torch along for, you know, for an event. I hope Pete's had a great time down in IFSC. So, I think we're gonna sign off.
We're gonna sign off. We're gonna say goodbye in person.
Oh,
there they are.
There we are.
We've been here the whole time, and even though you've just been hearing our voices chatter for the last 5 days, this has been really fun for us. Thanks for being here. Merci beaucoup pour avoir écouté et pour votre support de tous les athlètes.
Thanks so much for having me, Bonnie. It's been a blast, and
let's do it again.
Yeah.
À la prochaine.
Thank you.
And the main, le principal, nos vainqueurs, all our climbers, our finalists et les finalistes. Une grosse main d'applaudissements pour nos jeunes vainqueurs canadiens. Donc, on va maintenant procéder à la remise des médailles et on va procéder pour le medals. Nous allons avoir avec nous Gilles Dulude et Christine Dulude, les copropriétaires de Cannes. Ainsi que Katie Woods, le CEC Chair of the Board, la présidente du conseil d'administration du CEC. Et maintenant pour les médailles, encore un medals. Chez les filles, chez les filles, le Youth League Girls, en troisième position. Sur la troisième place, le third place, la Colombie-Britannique, from BC, Sloan Vector. Et maintenant, en deuxième place, le second place, aussi de la Colombie-Britannique, also from BC, Sophie. Et en première place, in first place, notre championne of champion de la Colombie-Britannique from BC, Sienna Chow. Maintenant, nous allons accueillir Let's Now Welcome nos jubilés des garçons, our Youth League Boys. En troisième position, in third place, l'Ontario from Ontario, Rudy Rakowski. Et notre champion champion en première position in the first place, de l'Alberta from Alberta, Kevin Rao. Et sans plus tarder, nous allons maintenant accueillir nos juvéniles filles, our Group A girls. En troisième position, in third place. Okay, en troisième position, in third place, de l'Ontario from Ontario, Jacqueline Cole. En deuxième position, in the second place, de l'Ontario from Ontario, Molly Jenner. Et notre champion, our champion, en première position in the first place, de l'Alberta from Alberta, Alexa Collier. Maintenant, nos garçons juvéniles A, our Youth A boys. Come forward. En troisième position, in the third place, de l'Ontario from Ontario, Benjamin Toto. En deuxième position, in the second place, de l'Alberta from Alberta, Adam Edwards. Et notre champion, our champion, en première position in the first place, is du Québec, from Québec, Dylan Lee. Good job, guys. Good job. Nos junior filles, our junior girls, please come out. En troisième position, in the third place, de l'Ontario from Ontario, Sydney Park. En deuxième position, in the second place, du Québec, from Québec, Sofiane Bernard.
From humble beginnings to a global stage, no matter if you climb for fun, for sport, or for life, you found something in climbing that calls to you. A passion to struggle, to strive, and to ascend. The climb may be between you and the wall, but as a climber, you are a part of a community. A community every climber calls home. Rockbase, proud partner of Climbing Escalade Canada.